Hello YouTubers and welcome to another video, and we've come to part 3 in the series What's in the Secret Bag, because I've got another one of these here. But first, before we start looking in this secret bag, I haven't looked into it yet, as you know. Let's make one thing clear. Of course, I know that most of the records that are in here are not at all valuable for record collectors, but you shouldn't really say that there's no value at all, because we talk about musical value, cultural value. Everything has some sort of value. And I remember when I did the last video, there was some, well, I hate to say this, some idiot. I'm sorry, but I thought that I tried to show as much patience as possible, but he just kept going on and on and on about it was a bit of a scam because these records aren't worth what I paid for it, blah blah blah. Here in the United States we can get these records for $1 each, and yeah, but I would have to go to America to be able to get those records for the $1 each then, because and it's quite pricey to travel to the United States. Costs more than I paid for this bag anyway. So this is not, this is mainly just for the fun, for the guessing, for the mystery of it, and to see whatever you get. It's like a lottery. It's like going out fishing and you know, you'll get something, whether it's good or bad, who can say, but you don't know what it is. That's the whole point. And to make it a bit more interesting this time, I thought I'm going to try to do some guessing before every record to see whether I actually get anything right here. But let's start first by thinking, what do we think? What is in this bag? Well, 10 records. I think we can be sure about that. We might have one religious record. We probably have some sort of compilation album. We may have some Swedish dance band. I'm quite sure we might have some easy listening. Maybe Hammond organ music, or maybe some string music, or something like that. Maybe some 80s pop. Probably something that's been on the Swedish list, Svensk Toppen, maybe in the 80s, or maybe late 70s, maybe some kind of, maybe some Swedish country might be in this bar. I think we can be quite sure that I have some of these records before in my collection, or maybe had it long ago. So yeah. But that's I think that's where we'll be. So I'm going to open this. It's sealed, you see, so I can't see. It's like that. Okay, so ready. Time to pull out the first record. And I think I'm going to close my eyes when I pull it out. What do I think about this record? It's a laminated cover. It's probably. In American records often have these bit of a more cardboard cover, especially back in time in the 60s and 70s. It's more laminated on the front than in the back. That is a sign that it's maybe from the 60s. I'm feeling one of their records now. So, what could we guess? I think it is a easy listening record from the 1960s, maybe with Klaus Underlich. Alright, let's see. What do we have? We're going to pull out the first one. Right. Oops. No? Aha! Well, it is easy listening. El Mundo Ros, strings, Latino. It's phase 4 stereo. It's isn't that for like 4-track stereo? Well, we have some fame. It's from 1968. It's on the Decca label. We have Mas Genada, Malagueña, Granada, La Comparsita, Delicado by Valdir Azevedo. That's great. That's a good song. And yeah, so this is of course easy listening. So it was right there, but more on the stringy type. This is not at all bad, I think, and it's a lovely sleeve, and you see very laminated here, and less laminated on the black and white side of the record. Well, yeah, El Mundo Rosa. Yeah, I'm going to listen to this. I like Latino rhythm, and I'm sure this will be nice to play in the background, even if I do not have any 8-track. No, what am I saying? I don't have any phase for stereo equipment to play it on, but you could play this on a regular record player. Right. Okay, fairly close. Okay, feeling the next record here. Okay, it's laminated on one side and it feels a bit. Okay. What's that? I think, okay, this is just going to be a guess here. Next record. Swedish svensk top from early 80s. Ta-da! No! No. James Last. Classics Up to Date, Volume 2. I didn't really expect to find James Last in this kind of bag. Well, why not? James Last, for many years, you found his records everywhere. But in later years, he's almost become a bit cool among some collectors. And people are actually starting to buy these old James Last records again. People, I've seen on online auctions, sometimes people are even fighting to get these. To be quite honest, talk about musically, these are really good, because James Last had one of the best orchestras, and probably best paid orchestras in Europe in the 1970s, and they were one of the first bands who toured in the Soviet Union back in 1972 and had great success there. Classics Up to Date, Volume 2 V. No, Volume 2. It says Volume 2 V on the back here, Okay, so more easy listening, but with a classical touch. Interesting. Okay. Now, next I'm going to feel. Oh, that feels like a regular, not too. Okay. This next record I think will be a compilation album. Of some sort. Oh no! It's another James Last Classics Up to Date. Arranged and conducted by James Last. Okay. 2 times James Last this time. Interesting. Okay. I think that's the first time when of these bags when I actually saw the same artists on 2 records in a row. Right? I'm going to. Let's see if we have another James Last record now. No, this is a Swedish dance band. I'm quite sure of it. So I'm pulling it out. No, this is Elvis. This is Elvis, and this is a record taken from a Reader's Digest box. But there are 2 records in here. Elvis Presley's Greatest Hits, Elvis in the Movies. But that record isn't the right one. And Elvis Presley's greatest hits. Yeah, there are two records in this. I'm sure there's only supposed to be one. It's from the Reader's Digest box. I think I've got it. So, well, interesting. I got an Elvis record in the last secret bag as well. Not a very flattering photo, really. No. Reader's Digest. Well, okay, I haven't even been that lucky. Let's say, okay, we have another easy listening record now. Another easy listening record to see what we get, 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 what we get. Oh! No, it's with one of my house gods. It's Paul Simon in concert. Live Ryman. American pressing on Columbia. Yeah, it looks fairly nice. Sleeves a bit worn, but I have to compare it with the copy I've got. It's not in perfect condition either. Well, this is a very good concert record. He sings some of his songs just accompanied by his own guitar, and then he's joined by Urumbamba for the boxer Duncan and El Condor Pasa, and then he's joined by the Jesse Dixon singers for Mother and Child Reunion, Loves Me Like a Rock, Bridge Over Troubled Water, and The Sounds of Silence. It's a very good album. Yeah. Nice to find this. I didn't expect that. It's not a rare album though, although it was quite difficult to get hold of in Sweden back then, or in Europe. I don't know if that album was actually issued in Europe, because I've never seen it with a European CBS label. I've only seen American pressings with Columbia, and sometimes parts of the Columbia label pasted over so you can't read Columbia, because Columbia was part of EMI in Europe. Oh, I almost watched into the bag. Can't do that. Okay, Swedish pop from the 80s is what I guess now. No, here comes the Swedish dance band. Oh my goodness, this was with a thickly laminated sleeve. I've seen this record without the lamination. Alright, this is the dance band We Sex. And no, it's not. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. It means us six of us. And this is from 1978, record called Carousel, Swedish dance band. During the most, well, they had quite strange clothes here. I have to say that that's very typical for Swedish dance bands, but they actually used to have the same strange clothes, but here everybody has brought their own really weird clothes. With a very young and talented singer, Kiki Danielsson, who later became a quite successful solo artist, even went to Nashville in 1984 and made a solo album there. So, We Sex. They look really ridiculous, but they were quite a good band. Or were. They're still active, although I'm not sure whether any of these members are in the band now. I'm not sure about that. Maybe one of them. Okay. Right. Now, Swedish pop from the 80s. Well, we got the dance band there anyway. Oh, ho, ho, well. No, is it the 80s? No, it's actually 1990. It's the Swedish singer and songwriter Thomas Ledin. Tillfälligheternas spel was a very popular and well-selling album back in 1990. He had several hits from this album. I think I used to have it back then, but I'm not sure where it ended up. Maybe I lost interest in it. But there are some really good songs on this album, even though I'm not a fan of Thomas Ledin at all, but yeah, I'll give this a second chance. When I read the titles of the tracks over here, many of them I remember very well because they were played on the radio all the time back then. Okay, how many do I have left now? One. Oh, that's the one with a. That's one with a. One of these fold-out covers. Well, let's take that now. Okay, it's a fold-out cover. Let's say I think this will be a record with the Gothenburg-based dance band Flamingo Quintetten. Yeah, I think that's it. Right, let's see. I'm closing my eyes and I'm pulling it out, and it isn't. It isn't. It's a double album though. It's Absolute Music, number 7. Absolute Music. This long-living series of compilation albums with where there's been many other in the same Absolute series, like Absolute Country, Absolute Blues, Absolute Disco, Absolute Techno, Absolute Shit. This is number 7, I think. The 14 or 15 first were issued on vinyl, but after that it's just been CDs, and today I think they're mainly downloadable. This is from 1989. Got some great songs on it. Queen, I Want It All. Titio, Talking to the Man in the Moon. Paul McCartney, this one. Leila K, Gotta Get. And many Swedish tracks too, with Dag Vag and Christer Sandelin, Mats Ronander. Yeah. I think I have it already though. I think it's just the last Absolute Music albums that were available on vinyl that I do not have because they are a bit difficult to get hold of. Okay, 2 more records. Let's hurry up. Okay, this is very laminated, very laminated. So I think this is something from the 70s. I'm quite sure about that. I think it is some sort of Euro disco, yeah. Oh, we haven't had anything religious yet. It's religious Euro disco. Yeah. No, what's this? Soundtracks. Odödliga filmmelodier. This is on the Moondisc label. That was a Swedish company for budget records. Soundtracks, okay. Songs from different movies played by Desmond Beat Orchestra and Singers. And Hair Lime theme from Shaft. Yeah, different film melodies from different movies played by an orchestra called Desmond Beat. Okay. Whatever. Okay, last record. We haven't had anything religious yet, so this ought to be the religious record in the pile. Okay, pulling it out, if I may. Oh, no. It's a compilation album with the Swedish actor and singer Sven-Bertil Taube. It's samlingsalbum. Mainly songs by his father, Evert Taube, but also, Mikis Theodorakis and Bellman, Carl Michael Bellman, and Ulf Peder Olrog. Yeah. Okay, well, that was that. It was a fairly interesting experience to do these guesses about these records. Well, I got it fairly right the first time. It was not Klaus Wunderlich, but it was Edmundo Ros, and it was easy listening. Apart from that, I'm as crap as guessing as anybody else, but still, it was fun to do this video, and hope some of you found this interesting, to dig into this bag of trash and to see what you find. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.